So hi everybody, I'm Riki Geyer. I am the clinical director here at the Shared Wellness Center. Been here for about 7 months and I just love the work that we do here. I'm really passionate about finding ways that are realistic to incorporate self-awareness and self-care into everyday moments in life. And here at the Wellness Center, we are finding those moments all the time and trying to teach skills to everybody else to learn how to self-regulate and provide themselves self-care. All right, so I'd like to talk a little bit about a group we do here at the Wellness Center called Body Signals. Our body signals, our body gives us a lot of clues about the ways that we're feeling. And we all can consider maybe the 5 senses that we have, your sight, your sense of smell, taste, hearing, and touch. And think about the ways that those senses might tell us about how we're feeling. So maybe if my mouth is feeling dry, I might think, oh, maybe I'm thirsty. And that would give me a clue to go get a drink and see if that helped my mouth feel better. Well, there's other senses too that we don't consider very often. There's actually 3. One of them is called proprioception. It's how our body feels in a space around us. Do I feel crowded or do I feel like I'm open and free? Another one is our vestibular sense, which is in our ear and it helps us balance. And the last one is interoception, and that is our internal body senses. And so that is exactly what I was sharing about how our mouth might tell us that we're thirsty, but also our body could tell us a little bit about emotions too. So if you think about maybe if I had goosebumps on my arms and my fists were real tight, that might be telling me that I'm feeling nervous. So if I noticed those body signals, I could connect it to that feeling. And that is exactly what our body signals group and interoception is all about. So in body signals group, we really focus in on one body part and try and explore all the ways that body part might feel so we can learn more about what might apply to us personally. So let's practice that today and talk about maybe how our hands feel. We would write on the board, hands, and then the whole group is going to go around and think about ways their hands might feel, and I'm going to write them on the board so we can all see and consider and validate those feelings. So our hands might feel still, they might feel wiggly, they might feel warm or maybe dry, they might feel restless or fidgety. They might feel tired or weak. My hands might feel squeezy. Sometimes we come up with fun words for how our hands could feel that I might not have thought of, like let's say tingly, right? I'm not the best speller, guys, but I hope you can understand. All right, so we've got some ways that our body might feel. In group, we usually fill up the whole board because there's so many people with different ideas of how they could feel. And then we're going to take those feelings and after we're noticing them, we're going to try and connect them to an emotion or to an internal sense, right? So if my hands were feeling dry, that might mean that they're cracked or need some lotion, right? So if my hands were looking dry, that might feel uncomfortable, and I could then act to try and change the way they feel and make them feel better with some lotion. If my hands were feeling fidgety or restless, that could mean that I'm feeling nervous or anxious or maybe shy. Sometimes, everybody's body signals might tell them a different emotion. And so if I can notice the signal, connect it to an emotion, again, I can consider an action that can either help me stay in that feeling state or shift away from it if I want to shift away. So I might try and exercise. If my hands were feeling fidgety, let's think what I could do to make them feel better. I would ask the group to try maybe to put one palm out and trace a circle with the other hand. And we would all sit here together and notice the way that feels on our hand. Usually we do the exercise for about a minute. And then after that minute, we would talk again about how our hands feel. Do they still feel fidgety? Are they feeling a little bit more calm and relaxed? And if they are, then that's maybe something that works for you in the future. If you notice your hands are fidgety, even if you don't connect it to the emotion, if we can change the way our hands feel, we might be able to change the way the emotion feels also. So what I think is really neat about Body Signal Group is that we're learning how to pay attention to what we see on the outside and connect that to how we feel on the inside, which is really a whole person, putting all the pieces together, and also learning about one another, right? So I might learn that a friend of mine or somebody I hang out with during the day has a particular body signal that is telling me how they feel, and if I pay attention to it, I can help them regulate. And the whole goal of what we do here at Wellness, and the whole goal of whole person care, is to learn to self-regulate and to co-regulate with the people around us. I hope Body Signals Group is something that you might consider doing. I think it's a great way to connect with others and to connect better with yourself too. Thank you.